So, for your final base,
Hey guys,
you must create
so it's been a few days since I did a video, but
worthy
no, we've had
with an
just
actual
stuff going on. I've been trying to get things done. Uh, I also had a week when I having problems with my sinuses and just been dealing with that.
must spring to life in your kingdom.
Um,
So we'll provide the train, the tracks, and the ton of supports.
Mhm.
You provide the flavor, the fillings, and the fun. Okay?
Okay, all right.
Now, ultimately,
been working on my I spent
title
probably 2 or 3 nights working on the recipe book. There's over 160 recipes in it right now.
comes down to this cake on this track.
I'm gonna have to go through our
Yeah.
family recipes and that kind of thing, and see if
Train stop that will serve as the inspiration
when we're actually done, I've actually got them all in there. I think I'm gonna get Aaron's brownie recipe and put that in there. I put Linda's brownie recipe in there. I want to put Aaron's in there. I need to go through and figure out, what we need more of.
to assign
So
each of your competitors.
there's some of at least everything. So anyway,
I'm gonna give Kevin the gnome. I'm gonna give Justine Santa.
pretty tired tonight. I've had quite a few nights when I haven't really slept that great, so I'm actually cold in here.
Teddy bears. The cutest.
It's not very warm right now.
This is it.
Actually, I will be right back, you guys, because I think I'm gonna go out and turn the heater on.
What a train
So I'll be right back.
that is inspiring enough.
Topping is a clean.
Okay.
Using gum paste, I made.
Yeah, I had to turn the heater on for the kitties out there. Ah.
Their beak.
So,
Work on my eagles.
just been thinking about the business end of Faith First and
Building your cake, Kevin?
Fill my chocolate cake with oozy caramel ganache salt.
I don't know why I wrote all that stuff down. Can't find it.
Gets me in the holiday spirit.
Uh,
Upstate New York, I always used to take the train down to New York City to go see the.
just kind of
Okay, long time.
going over it in my head and thinking about
Work with colored fun.
a lot of the stuff that we want to do, especially on the farm stand itself. With the farm stand, there's gonna end up being like a lot of craft stuff. The glasses for Faith First. Plus, okay, I found the place where I can get our glassware. And I didn't really look for these, but they have quite a variety of art things in there, especially for the store of the days. We have a Dollar Tree here in town, and they have some pretty decent glassware. Sorry guys, I'm tired. They have some pretty decent glassware, and so I can start getting our glasses and our glassware, and they even have mugs, so I won't have to buy them off from Etsy and charge $30 for them. I can buy them at Dollar Tree and charge
Good listeners, because they're all ears.
$5 a piece for them. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a lot better than having to get them off from Etsy, because that would have been really expensive. I don't think they sell t-shirts there, but I can get those at Dollar General. Those are $7 for the t-shirts, so I'm gonna have to charge at least $15 for the t-shirts once they're done. I am gonna look around at Dollar Tree again between there and Dollar General and see what I can get for, the paints and that kind of thing. Paint pens, paint markers. My metallics. I'm gonna have to get Andrew sent some money so I can get the rest of my art supplies.
I put a stitch right up the front of the teddy bear so you could see he was sewn together with love.
That's cute.
Windows, and then I have some bears peeking out the door as well.
I'm really tired. Would you do me a favor? Would you grab me the notebooks that are on the table around on the other side of the computer, please?
Chateau. I did my sugar cookie stars and I pipe on my butter. And then I'm stacking them turn each way so it's they're stacked up to look like a tree. This is a cute chateau.
I'm trying to find what I wrote down.
Green here.
Messy. My penguin garden party. My top tier is supposed to be the mountains. Colorado.
What the heck is that?
Dude, gosh.
I usually use.
If you have a hard time sleeping
I'm in my zone. This is my blank.
or staying asleep,
It's going.
you really shouldn't be drinking that right now.
It's all water.
That's even grosser.
I started pipe for you on St. Vine.
Yeah, I guess so.
Find it. What do you mean you guess? You're the one that has to be up by 7 tomorrow. You're gonna be dragging butt, considering the fact that you have to go to your orientation tomorrow. Alright, sorry guys, I'm not organized right now. I'll admit that right now.
Cool thing. I made a waterfall.
I apologize. I'm trying to find where I wrote down all the
Attention to the detail.
business side of Faith First. There we go. I found it. I had the wrong notebook.
My hairpins.
See, I really need to write on these. Okay.
The things that are gonna accent.
Okay, so this is where I wrote down everything on the chat, or for the chat.
Guarding the entrance to the.
Oh,
I melted dark.
I need to
chocolate.
really start working on these. Especially if I'm going to be doing some things for Christmas, and I want to be doing some things for Christmas. So I have to really rethink my agenda for my days. And we still have a bunch of cleaning to do in this house. I've had a bad couple of weeks with my sinuses and just have not felt good. So it's one of the reasons why I really haven't done much. So the farm stand itself,
Like a little ice skating rink that the elves can skate on in their free time.
the main things I'm going to try to keep on the farm stand, and okay, I'm going to try at least twice a month to do a business video
Use some non-Pharrell
for the chat,
line between the first
or
tier
for
and second tier to give it some holiday.
the channel.
10 seconds.
Oh.
Hurry, hurry.
Oh my goodness, I'm tired. And caffeine is out this late at night. I mean, it's not late, but it's late for caffeine, so. Alright, yeah, so the farm stand, as far as crafted things goes, I'm gonna try to keep these things on hand on the farm stand at all times. Now, there is one thing I can cross off. Try not to knock the kitty out of my... Yes, the kitty's in my jacket. She loves sitting in there because it's nice and warm.
5283 and save big.
Okay.
eDrugstore.com.
Hopefully they won't end up with the cat's water dish. Alright, so the mugs are not going to be $10 to $15 a piece. They're going to be about $5 to $7 a piece. Which is a lot more doable for you guys, because the mugs, I can get the mugs for $1.25. And okay, if I get them from Dollar General, I might be spending my ear. I need to look at my ear. I had earrings in today, and that ear is bothering me. I could be spending $5 on them. I'm gonna try not to spend more than $3 on a mug. But if I spend $3 on a mug, I might go $7 to $10 a piece. It just depends. Size of the mug, I guess. But on the farm stand itself, I'm gonna try to keep at least 1 or 2 hoodies,
Actually, which holiday train stop did you get?
several t-shirts, a jacket, maybe 1 or 2 jackets, 2 or 3 sets of the glasses, at least 4 shot glasses, maybe 8. Which I can get those at Dollar Tree too. The mugs, I'm going to try to keep at least 4 of those on the farm stand at all times.
Trees are awesome. You know,
Now the ornaments, those are seasonal. And I am going to try to do some this year. So I expect those to be for sale.
They look like decapitated bear heads.
Want to get
So-
it?
Yeah.
Yes,
Ashley.
please. Lemon meringue pie cake. So I did lemon cake.
I'm not exactly sure what ornaments I'm going to do right now, though. I will let you guys know. I'll probably do another business chat before the end of the month.
Very smart move. It just
At least the very beginning of December.
exciting. Lemon curd is
No, it'll be before the end of the month, because I'll let you guys know when I have...
very soft. It's a little.
I have not had a lot of time to really focus on that stuff.
A little more protein is kind
I
of.
don't have
Other than that,
a lot of materials to begin with. So, I mean, that's another issue. But I think I will try to go ahead and get a couple sets of ornaments going. Coasters, I want to try to keep at least 1 or 2 sets of coasters on the farm stand.
Buttercream.
Now, the quilts, I don't know.
That's kind of the
There
best
could be, I'm going to try to make sure there's at least 1 quilt on the farm stand
bite of food, and that grain
every 6 months.
is the stuff.
Try.
Thank you.
Crocheted items, I can keep dish rags and the coasters.
reheat, you got to choose.
As long as I can get a hold of, like, the tile or maybe the glass ones or whatever,
Party.
coaster-wise, I will, try to keep those on the farm stand as well. Blankets, that it's gonna depend. I will try for at least 1 a year on them. It's just gonna depend on how much time I have to work on it, because it takes a lot of time to make those. Scarves, those are gonna be seasonal.
Little something that
Starting
deserves-
next year, I will definitely work to have several on the farm stand for sale.
Get up close to 'em, it's
Now, the
sort of
homemade soaps, I'm going to definitely try to keep those on the farm stand at all times.
beautiful.
I'm just enthralled with your mountains. They are so sophisticated. And then I drop a tear, and I'm getting the trees. I love the way the snow is laying in the branch. I come down another tier. It's a totally different concept. The environment around the bottom
Okay.
of the cake, with this whole whimsical thing you've got going on, is kind of a contradiction to the top of the cake.
Okay.
All right, let's give it a taste.
Yes.
Like I said, the ornaments obviously are seasonal.
Ice cake, have a vanilla buttercream with a apple pie filling and salted caramel.
Fantastic flavors. It's really, really good. I need a lot more apples.
A lot more
I need
apple.
a lot more apples. But I got
Dish rags, like I said, those are very simple. I can keep those on the farm stand.
well crafted.
Coasters, the crocheted coasters, those are simple.
I got
Homemade soaps, I'm definitely going to try to keep a full, at least one full batch on the farm stand at all times, if not several. I'm gonna always try to make sure, there's always different soaps for sale on the farm stand, so.
I mean, consistently.
Paintings, those will be for sale as I get collected up on them after I've done them.
The Gnome train station.
Painted coasters, to see how quick I can get those. The cutting boards, I should be able to keep a couple of those on the farm stand at all times.
Point to
The elderberry, the blackberry, the black raspberry, and red raspberry, those are obviously seasonal. Fresh produce is seasonal. Baked goods,
The Gnomes took me way longer than expected, so
I'll try.
okay.
I will try.
Thank goodness that your gnomes are fabulous
Thank you.
and your trees are adorable.
Candy boxes, obviously those are seasonal.
Not really clean. It's
Honey. We're obviously not going to have that to sell for a while because we don't even have our bees yet. And it takes a year. It takes at least a year to be able to get any type of surplus at all
About having different color hats. I really love this
to even be able to sell a couple.
Brings us into the holidays.
So
but
it could take us a couple of years. Now, if we get all our beehives at the same time, which is kind of pushing it because they say to start with 2.
Yeah.
took it from the cake to
But I
what
would
you're saying, and
live
it's
it-
a balance of the two.
Looking at the time frame we're living in,
Okay.
I want to get all our beehives. All of them. Again, I'm kind of pushing it. That's why
Rich,
I'm pushing for, okay, guys, we've got to all be willing to pitch in here and do all this work when we need to do it and be willing to put the hard work into the homestead. Because if I can get all the beehives and hopefully, do all the right things and everything, and I'm not saying I'm not going to make mistakes, I'm hoping, that we'll be able to do things right enough to keep the
really
hives
good. The
in good
rumor is so
health
perfect. It's
and
just right.
to where we get that honey
Tastes boozy.
after that, within that first year.
Great job.
So that's not going to be for a while.
Fudge.
The jams and jellies.
I want the recipe for this.
Great.
Basically, that's going to be seasonal
This was excellent.
because it's going to be out of our own stuff or out of surplus that I go and pick somewhere else. Which blueberries I can do that with. I'm not sure of much else.
Doing things.
I don't think there's anywhere around here that you can go strawberry picking anymore.
Radius, but
So,
they're doing everything. Yeah, they're always working.
This is a beautiful.
now we
cake.
could have peaches this year. We could have nectarines this year.
Created
I've got to still have to get all the area cleaned out. I haven't had time to really go outside and get all that
with-
done.
It's like a wood carving.
So,
here's the thing.
but I'm going to have to try to really work on my time and trying to get
What's going on?
this stuff going. So,
Really, really fabulous.
now the dried herbs, obviously those are seasonal. Once we start getting the eggs are gonna end up being a constant on the farm stand. So our shirts,
And I wish-
t-shirts are regular, long sleeve shirts, jackets, hoodies, the glassware, the shot glasses, the mugs, the crocheted dish rags, coasters, the soaps, the cutting boards. I'm going to really try for the baked goods and the eggs for sure. And I'm going to try to always have several hand sewn things on the farm stand at all times as well. Now I can probably make sure those are on the farm stand, depending on the fabric. Cookbooks. That's only after I get them. Once I do get the cookbooks made and done, then yeah, they'll always be on the farm stand. Always. And they're going to be between $15 and $20 a piece. Because if I have to pay $10 a piece for them, and if I have to order 100, that's going to cost me $1,000. Me. Okay? So I have to charge at least $15 for them. Because I have to be able to make some money back on them, you know? Pumpkins, obviously, are seasonal. Jewelry, once we get the, materials and the things that we need for the jewelry, yes, that will always be a constant on the farm stand.
So I trust
Farm babies, obviously, that's going to be a seasonal thing. We don't really have our animals yet, so. Boysenberry and strawberry plants, that's definitely seasonal. Watermelon rind pickles, probably going to be seasonal. Unless I have a surplus of watermelon rind pickles. If I do, there is a chance those will always be on the farm stand. So, pineberry strawberry plants, obviously seasonal. Any plants are going to be seasonal. Survival seeds. Once I have the seeds that I can put together from our plants to make the survival seed packets, then yes, those will always be on there, you know, as long as our stock lasts. So, that's going to be while supplies last kind of thing. So that could end up being seasonal.
Good.
It just depends. Wood-burned items. I'm going to start getting Chloe a lot of different wood-burning things to wood burn on. You know, I'm going to make sure she suggests that to everyone for Christmas. Because I will always make sure there's wood-burned items on the farm stand. That money, however, will go to Chloe for her to use for whatever she wants towards her part of the homestead. But it's still going to go towards the homestead. Well, I mean, you know, if she needs something, you know, she can. It's her money, you know. Cement crafts. There should always be some of those on the farm stand as well. Once I get the materials to make them. Fruit tree seedlings, that's going to be a while, obviously. And that's going to be seasonal. The homestead journal in the binder. Yes, I will always try to make sure there's at least one for sale. One on the farm stand. Why one? Because I'm going to have to charge at least $100 to $150 for those. Now,
the way she sprinkled the snow where it really caught everything that was
if somebody, like if two people stop by the farm stand and both of them absolutely need a homesteading journal and they both want one, I can run one off the printer. Okay? It's going to take a minute. And then I can tell them, you know, if you want to come back in a half an hour or whatever, or an hour or tomorrow, you can pick it up. Or I'll keep a couple on the farm stand. I might keep a couple on the farm stand, but no more than that at a time, because it is going to take a lot of paper and a lot of ink. A lot. So, Christmas decorations, those are obviously seasonal. Finished diamond paintings, yes, that we can make sure those are always on the farm stand. Beeswax candles.
Everything just came together and it was bold and it hit you in the face.
Kevin, what a contradiction.
Once we have, I can send for that. I might actually get some organic beeswax and the candle making kit and make some.
spice cooking.
So yeah, I can say I can make sure those are always on the farm stand. And those are going to vary in price from probably $5 to $75. Now the clocks,
Right outside.
there's going to be some that are going to be painted,
Is it a visual?
and there's going to be some that are going to be wood burned.
It's really good.
It's absolutely going.
Those are going to be expensive. And I don't have I'm going to change my mind on the price I have written down because these are going to be expensive. Hang on, guys. Okay, I actually lost myself, guys. Got a phone call and then started writing out Christmas lists. Okay, where was I? I was on the clocks. There's going to be two different types. We're going to have the wood burned ones, and then we're going to have the wooden painted ones. Which I'm going to do the painting on the painted ones, and Chloe's going to do the wood burning on the wood burned ones. So, and those are going to be probably about that big. They're not going to be any smaller than about 8 inches across. And maybe 6 at the smallest. Now those I might charge 35 for, 35. The big ones, the ones that are at least 12 inches across, are going to be at least $50, at least. Because those wood circles are going to cost us quite a bit. And they're going to be genuine wood slices. So, we'll have to buy the clock maker things for the clock maker set for them. But I will always try to have at least one of each, a wood burned clock and a painted clock on the farm stand as well. So anyway, so that is that. And like the baked goods, I'll try to have some kind of baked goods on the farm stand at all times. So there could be, different time, like at Christmas time, seasonal, I'll put I actually have recipes for Christmas jam. And I will put some of those on the farm stand, for the holidays. So, anyway. But and this week I'm actually gonna try to pick up some more my bad. Glasses from Dollar Tree. I don't mind you guys, I'm tired. Yeah, I'm gonna try to pick up some more glasses from the Dollar Tree. And start working on here's a mess. The more glasses. And I'm gonna try to start saving out some boxes and just taking them upstairs if I have to. And setting aside, some storage space for us to store our Faith First merchandise. Now, I do have 2 shirts that I found that I can make into Faith First shirts. One of the shirts is pretty much brand new. It was put away in a box. I washed it. That'll probably sell for like $10, $15. I'm not going to charge $20 for it because it's not one that I just picked up from the store. So, anyway. I am going to have a few shirts I've got to go through my tubs outside because I do have. I have the pink shirt, which is for sale. That one's only $10 because the shirt itself was given to us. It was new, but I didn't buy it. It was given to us. I just did the painting on it, but it's only going to be $10. So I might go back over my yellow one that I have and just sell it. Because I don't really like the color on me. I don't care for yellow. But that would only be $10, and I do have the other two shirts out there. I will do those. They're going to be hand painted. They're going to be brush painted. But I'm probably still only going to do $10 for those because I didn't buy the shirts. They were given to me. I mean, yeah, I'm putting my time into it. They're not new shirts. So, anyway. So we'll have 1, 2, 3. I'll have, wait. 1, 2,
Let's see.
3, 4, 5. I'll have 5 shirts for sale. That'll be that are $10 a piece. Now, I will tell you, I do need to know if any of you would like a Christmas candy gift box. I don't remember what I had written down.
Beautiful. Thank you. Nice and fresh and smooth.
I'm sorry, you guys. I'm really tired. All right. The church windows.
And then you have the blackberry jelly, which gives us that acid and that lift. Thank you. Thank you.
The Buckeyes.
Hey, Rolf, how we doing?
Oh, Josh's? I had mascarpone cheese and dried cranberries. So that made a stacked service.
Probably the Oreo truffles because those are easy.
Bit of dried
And they're fairly cheap.
in between.
Rolf, this is really good. Very wintry. The candy that you did on the rosemary is really
And I
nice.
might actually just go to smaller boxes, not
Different
the
green
bigger,
color. You know, like everything's so
because
beautiful
I don't
natural.
really have the time to put into doing a whole bunch of candies. I'm gonna write that down. Write this stuff down.
Is so light, and your lady fingers. They are gorgeous.
I think this is what I was writing the Christmas stuff in.
Flavors together.
Right.
Christmas baking ideas.
Just the right
That's
growth.
for the family, though. Okay.
Really well done.
Christmas gift boxes.
Stephen, what 2 ingredients did you get?
I got cream cheese and pecan.
So the church windows, and that's just chocolate chips, real butter, and colored marshmallows. That's it. Nothing else.
Like a cross section of a tree trunk.
Which was bigger?
So those are easy. And they don't take long. They just have to sit in the freezer for a little bit to firm up so you can slice them. That's it. The Buckeyes, that's just peanut butter, powdered sugar, and chocolate to dip it in. So, church windows have 3 ingredients. Buckeyes have 4 ingredients. Trying to remember out of the stuff that I've made in the past.
About cream cheese, it's all about pecan. That caramel sauce is absolutely perfect.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know if I'd do any of my fudge for the boxes to sell,
It's so good.
because that takes more time, it's more in depth, it's a lot more ingredients. I am really tired. I'm sorry, you guys. The Oreo truffles. Those are just Oreos, cream cheese, and chocolate to dip it in. That's it.
And I made the trifle. So I made sponge cake and a ricotta whip and a pecan streusel.
I think this is the perfect.
Hang on, I'll be right back, you guys.
Can walk around. It looks really pretty.
Okay, sorry guys. This is what I was looking for. See?
Okay, some mighty tart.
I did this insert. There are 23 things on here. I had it to where I was doing a whole bunch of candies. I couldn't do that this year because I wouldn't be able to get the stuff and wouldn't have the time to make them.
So we have at the bottom, it's Havarti Bavarian cream. And in the middle, we have brown butter apples. And on top, I have
Gosh, that's right.
So petite and lovely. I love the attention to detail with your cookie and the little powdered sugar. It looks fruity, crunchy, and creamy.
Thank you.
It's a Havarti party. I get apple perfectly cooked. I get macadamia nut. This is refreshing, delicious.
See, this particular year I did church windows, chocolate blackberry truffles, mini peanut butter truffles, crunchy chocolate cups, chocolate peanut butter cups, Spartan truffles. I actually did green and white truffles. Those of you, those Michigan people will know what I mean. Santa hat truffles. It ended up looking like boobs, by the way. Red velvet truffles, dark chocolate truffles. They really did. They looked like boobs. Dark chocolate. Those were cake truffles. The Spartan, the Santa hat ones, or the boob ones. Red velvet and the dark chocolate truffles, those were all cake truffles, where you use a cake mix. Those took a boxed cake mix and frosting, and that was it. You make the cake, you use the frosting you want to use, you make the cake as directed on the box, you use the frosting you want to use. I always put the frosting in the microwave just for a few seconds to make it to where it was really, kind of really soft. And then when the cake is done, you take it out. You don't even have to wait until it's cool. You take it out, you crumble it up, and you cool it off a little bit, maybe a half hour. Take it out, break it up into a bowl. I would recommend using gloves because it gets very messy. You break the cake up, tear it up, I cut the edges off. I always cut the edges off because the edges are hard to work with. And then you just break up the rest of the cake and then pour your frosting into it and then just mix it up. And then you let that chill and let it firm up a lot to where you can roll it into balls that are like this. About a half inch, maybe close to an inch. And then you just dip it in either your white chocolate or vanilla, melting chocolate, or your, chocolate or dark chocolate. So there's those. Yeah, so there was Spartan truffles, there was Santa hat, or like I said, boob truffles. I didn't do that on purpose. They were supposed to be Santa hats. They turned out funky. You can make the Oreo truffles different ways. I've seen different pictures of them where people have used the white vanilla bark or white chocolate, melting chocolate, and then put like cookie crumb sprinkles on it or whatever. And I'll explain those in a minute. I'll show you guys this.
Inspired dessert. Remember, unfortunately, one of you will be leaving this holiday open house today.
Oh, come on. Where'd they go?
This is our first main feed, which means this is the first chance that somebody might be eliminated.
These were my Reese's peanut butter truffles, if you guys can see them.
To be honest. Got the cookies and cream bar. Very classic flavor. Chocolate in here.
Trying to find my.
Create some of that texture into my bake.
Gotta be there somewhere.
Cookies and cream white.
I know I have this saved.
So Fairy Breast is a
Because I screenshotted this.
the edges, and usually they're filled with a really yummy cream filling of some kind, and black cocoa. So for the chocolate wafer cookies, I'm going to be incorporating black cocoa into my pot of choux dough. Oh yeah, nice dark rich pot of choux. This is something I haven't done before, so I'm taking a bit of a risk here.
There it is.
It doesn't
Oh no, those didn't have the Santa hat ones in it.
and you want hazelnut praline in there too. And I'm also going to be incorporating crushed
See, those are my gift boxes. So,
into the circle shape of the fairy.
that's how full I usually made them. Alright, and then I would do these melting snowman. Oh yeah, there's the snowman ones. They're like right in there. I don't know if you guys can't really see them. They're right there. And they're an Oreo truffle, which those are
Dark chocolate. I make them myself.
Oreo cookies. And I just separate the cookies, scrape the cream off, put the cream in like a bowl, and the cookies in a Ziploc bag.
Peanut is my flavor, so
I tried to use the blender to crush up the cookie crumbs. It didn't work very well. So I just put them in a Ziploc bag and use a rolling pin to crush the cookies up. And then the cream,
that's nice.
the only other thing you need other than the Oreo cookies is an 8-ounce package of cream cheese. Now, when I would make these gift boxes for the family, I would end up making like doubling the batches of all this stuff. So it would take 2 packages of Oreo cookies and 2 things of cream cheese and then melting chocolate. I got to where I was using dark chocolate for the Oreo truffles. But for the melting snowman ones, once you have the Oreo truffle made, the filling, I started using white candy melts because they're whiter, for the snow. And then I bought mini chocolate chips and mini M&Ms and mini Oreos. Now, the mini Oreos was a little hat, and I would separate those and then use the halves. And just put the cookie on top of the truffle for a hat. I used 2 M&Ms for eyes. I think. Nope, I used 2 mini chocolate chips for eyes, for the coal, for the eyes. And then I used an M&M for the nose and or mouth. I didn't do like a nose and a mouth because there's not enough room. Plus you have to do it while the white candy melt stuff is soft after you dip it. So you have to kind of hurry and do it. But that's what those are. And then the Oreo truffles is just the same Oreo truffle filling, and that's just dipped in like dark chocolate or chocolate. They're really good though. With the Oreo truffles, you save some of the cookie crumbs so you can sprinkle them on top. Really good. And then I made a chocolate lemon supreme truffle. That was with a lemon cake mix. Made the same way as the other cakes with the lemon frosting mixed into it. And I dipped those in chocolate, in the melting chocolate. And then I did pretzels, and I dipped those in, I did one batch of pretzels dipped in chocolate, and I did another one dipped in the white chocolate. Then I did 8 batches of fudge. But my fudge recipe just uses the baking chips. So with a pumpkin spice fudge, it just the pumpkin spice flavored baking chips. And then evaporated milk and butter. Now I would use real butter. And sugar, and I would use cane sugar, raw cane sugar now instead of the white sugar. And evaporated milk, and it takes 2/3 of a cup of evaporated milk per batch. And then the mint dark chocolate fudge, that was just the mint dark chocolate baking chips. Made the same way, they just used the different chips. The same recipe except for the chips. The holiday fudge is when they used to have those holiday chocolate chips out. Nestle had them out. And they were the semi-sweet chocolate chips, but they had there were red and green baking chip things in there, like shaped like holiday things. But I got some of that and I made holiday fudge out of it. And then vanilla fudge, I just got the vanilla baking chips. Like I said, same recipe. Milk chocolate, the same thing, milk chocolate chips. Dark chocolate fudge, I just used the dark chocolate chips. Regular chocolate fudge was just the regular semi-sweet chocolate chips. The butterscotch fudge, again, the butterscotch baking chips. Fudge balls, this was a recipe that was called fudge nut balls. I just didn't roll them in the, like, crushed nuts. I rolled them in cocoa. Like hot chocolate cocoa powder. So, that was a lot. Now, for these particular boxes, I was making... I was needing at least 60 to 75 pieces out of each one. So I was doubling and sometimes tripling these recipes. So I wouldn't use all of these. But I'm willing to do like church windows, Buckeyes, Oreo truffles. I'm not doing the melting snowman truffles this year. They're just too many intricate parts. I would need the mini Oreos and the mini M&Ms and the mini chocolate chips and then the white candy melts and I just don't want to deal with that. We don't really have the money either. Now the pretzels, I would be willing to do chocolate covered pretzels. And with that, I would just need the sprinkles for them, and that's not too big of a deal because I can get like sugar or Christmas sprinkles, whatever. So I'm willing to do the chocolate pretzels. I was thinking about the chocolate peanut butter cups, but I don't know if I can find my recipe. I really like my recipe. The only thing I don't like about it, sorry guys, is it called for corn syrup. I didn't like that about it. So I'm going to try to find another recipe that doesn't call for corn syrup. And I'm really sorry, you guys. I'm so tired.
I don't think I can use this. I definitely need to start.
The mini peanut butter truffles were the rest of what was left over from the peanut butter cups, from the peanut butter filling. And I just rolled them in like little mini balls like that and just dipped them. So I don't know if I'd want to do the peanut butter cups this year because I would have to get the ingredients for them, which includes the chocolate, the corn syrup, the powdered milk, because it's a recipe that's like takes powdered milk and peanut butter, and I think butter, and the corn syrup, and then the chocolate, and then the little baking cup papers, and I bought a lot of those. So, I just don't know if I really want to try to do those, plus the time put into them, just, maybe, I don't know.
The reason behind this whole tart is just being in a tropical setting.
I've had requests for them, though.
Okay, no rain.
So I don't know.
Where if I were in
So I'm gonna write those down, but that's kind of a question mark because I'm not sure.
Mango caviar.
Cordy, you know what my favorite Christmas carol is?
What?
Hark the Herald Angels Sing. Right? Robbie, how we doing? Good.
Now the chocolate pretzels only have 3 ingredients. I might be willing to do 1 cake truffle. 1. Maybe.
Don't take complicated desserts.
I mean, again, I would probably get smaller boxes because the regular size boxes that were like 12 by 10 inch or whatever boxes takes a lot to fill those. So I don't know. I know I'm not going to be making 23 different things. Just don't have the time or the money to put into the ingredients now. At least not this year. Anyway, so that's the gift boxes. If any of you really want some, let me know. Please leave a comment and let me know. Because I'm willing to do them. They just won't have a lot in them.
What are you doing?
Now, what I might do for like fillers, if I did get those bigger boxes, I might make a few Christmas cookies and see if I could find a way to vacuum seal them. Maybe. Or get some little colored, small colored Ziploc bags and stick those in individual Ziploc bags in the box. So, we'll see. I don't know. So, we'll see. And, you know, you guys can refer back to my Christmas videos I did last year. I know I did a video on my Christmas gift boxes. I'm willing to do those particular items.
A version of the St. Honoré.
I might be like, if I do a cake truffle, it's only going to be 1. And I mean, technically, that's only not counting the eggs that goes into the cake mix, because I mean we have those around here anyway. But that's technically only 3 ingredients, and that includes the dipping chocolate. So 3 to 4 ingredients if you include the eggs for the cake mix. So, well, yeah, the box cake, the eggs, the frosting, and the dipping chocolate. So yeah, it's only 3 to 4 ingredients. Anyway.
Delicious. It's just brown sugar and butter. Deliciousness. It's so good. For my holiday Mark dessert, I decided I'm gonna make a chocolate layer cake with milk.
I started that one. Here's my church windows. Unplug this. This is my church windows. Ah! Dang it, I hate that. It's really hard to show you guys this. See, of course. Those are my church windows. And those are, like I said, chocolate chips, colored marshmallows, and butter. That's all it is. So,
Oh my gosh.
these are the melting snowman truffles, though. So, anyway, now at Christmas time, Those will be available through the farm stand, but not on the farm stand. When I make those to where they're available for sale, the extras will be in the freezer. And yes, they do keep fresh. They're fine. But they'll be in the freezer. So, because I want them to stay good.
This is gonna go now. Want to compare it with butterscotch because butterscotch is made with brown sugar.
Now next year, that's a whole different story. Next year, I'm probably through the year, I'm going to try to start stocking up on more of this stuff because I'd really like to do a more detailed box. But again, we have our work cut out for us. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to be able to do or what we're not going to be able to do. It depends on how much we get done. Now, it looks like we're going to have more help out here, which is a really good thing because we really need it. Toby. Linda's ex. Well, not ex, but her fiance from when they were engaged right before she died. Sorry, I'm trying to find the video that I did at Christmas time last year. Done a lot of videos.
I'm gonna start frosting my cake, and
to show you those newcomers of your the newcomers to our channel. That weren't here on the channel last Christmas. Alright, here we go. Kisses. I think that was after Christmas. Oh, no, it was not. Oh, wow. Okay. Chocolate peanut butter no-bake cookies. I'm probably going to make those for the family. Now, I could actually make those for the gift boxes. However, I'll have to put those in the freezer. I don't know. But I don't know if I will put those in the gift boxes this year because I've never made them. And I want to make sure they're going to turn out good if I do make them. So, my church windows. I did a video on my church windows. I did a video on Muddy Buddy peanut butter cookies, Cool Whip candy, which that would be a thing for next year, not this year. Candy cane cookies, easy peanut butter Buckeyes, and those would be in there. Raspberry chocolate chip cookies. I might make those for the family this year. How to make colored sugar. Christmas Chex Mix. Candy cane Oreos. Chocolate peanut butter cookies. Chocolate chip cutouts. 5-ingredient peppermint chocolate truffles. I might actually try to put those in the gift boxes this year.
So I'm gonna add milk chocolate to my buttercream. Since my milk chocolate.
I'm making my life more difficult.
I'm gonna do a milk chocolate buttercream. And on the top, I'm gonna do
easy homemade peppermint bark. If I don't get to the peppermint truffles this year, I'll get to them next year. Chocolate kiss cookies, old-fashioned fudge, $1 million fudge, homemade hard candy. I've never done hard candy, and I have no desire to do hard candy.
Yeah.
Easy no-bake Oreo balls. Those are the Oreo truffles. There it is, the Christmas gift boxes. Okay, there's another one on chocolate peppermint candy cane truffles. Yeah, this is the gift boxes. Gotta start putting my intros back on again, guys. Gotta get Chloe to show me how to do it. She said she was going to, so I'm gonna have her do that tomorrow.
Alright, hey guys, so this is a little bit of a different one. I wanted to show you guys something. Because I'm not gonna be able to do it this year because there's just not enough time.
Video on the video.
Yeah.
I
Because of the gift boxes.
think I'm going
Now, see, last year I said next year, but I
go
didn't.
ahead and
We weren't at that time planning on being here.
boxes.
Things changed, so
I'm willing to sell a few to people.
and I do. Like by next year I definitely want to be able to sell gift boxes. And I might actually get a freezer,
Some of what I
a
used
small
to
freezer specifically for that stuff. So
Those are church windows.
can't even.
They're chocolate chips, butter, and colored marshmallows. You melt the chocolate chips.
I think I'm gonna hook this video onto this one. It's a long video, but not this one.
It's
This
just melted, and you know, it's just continuously stir it till it's smooth. You take it off the heat, and then you put in a whole bag of colored marshmallows. I'm having a hard time getting them down here, but I can order them.
yeah, it's weird. I could not find the colored marshmallows down there. Now we're back up in Michigan, and I can go to Meijer and get them.
Make sure you have your foil ready. I always took and used the cooking spray and sprayed the foil.
Yeah, I'm being bad. It's a cup of pop.
And I don't like picking foil out of them. Anyway, spray the foil. Like I said, make sure you have your foil ready, and then you dump half of it on one part, and the other half on the other sheet of foil. Roll it up. Close the ends. You kind of got to be careful because it will try to squirt out, but got to try to make sure that it's, yeah. It takes a few times of trying it, but. And then you put them in the freezer once they're rolled up. And then once they're frozen, you know, once they're set and everything, you just pull them out. Make sure you're wearing gloves because it does get messy.
Yeah, you do have to wear gloves when you cut those.
And then take a knife and just slice them up, about like that thick. And then you have, this is the result.
I love how that looks like a
And I
log.
know that looks white on there, but those are colored marshmallows, and they're called church windows for a reason, because you got all the colors of the colored marshmallows and look really cool. My grandma used to make them. And those will be definite in the boxes. Okay, these are called melting snowman truffles. And they're really cute. You use, the truffle is an Oreo truffle, and that's just crushed Oreo cookies. It's a package of cookies, and you do have to take the cookies apart. I always had one bowl, I took the cookies apart, I scraped the cream,
Said I'll hook this video onto.
and then you put the
I'll hook
cookies
this gift
just
box
the two
video onto
cookie
this
pieces in
one.
a bag, and just keep doing that until
Said I'm
everybody's
willing to
there.
do
And then I
small
usually
gift
use a
boxes
rolling
for
pin
sale this year,
to crush them up.
and I would
Kind
only
of
sell them for
about
like
quite a
$10
bit
bucks
first, and then
probably.
use the rolling pin because you want them kind of that fine,
10, maybe
almost a
$15.
fine crumb. You just keep doing that until it's all done. And that's your
They're such a mess.
part of your ingredients for your truffle filling.
Don't look at my uneven
And then you
hair.
take cream cheese. It's just one package, and I always soften it in the microwave until it's pretty soft, like almost soft, almost melted a little bit, and then I put that in the bowl. Actually, I put it in the bowl and then soften it in the microwave, and then you just stir it up, and just till it's all,
Oh,
you know,
cinnamon.
it basically ends up in almost kind of like a dough ball kind of thing. And then you just let it set. Let it cool, let it set. Because what you're going to do is you're going to take and roll those into balls, about like this. I usually try not to make them really big, but like the snowman ones you want to make a little bigger though, so about 1-inch balls. If you have a lot of people on your list, you got to make more than one batch. So I always like at least doubled the batch. So 2 packages of
I
cookies
used to have a
with
lot of people on my list.
packages of cream cheese.
Hmm?
And
So I
then
used to have a lot of
you're
people on
gonna
my
use
list.
your vanilla. I use the vanilla
I
almond
remember
bark.
when you used to do
And
them
then you
up
just
here.
melt that down. I always did it in the microwave. It's just easier.
This whole
Melt
place
that
was
down,
smelled so
Make sure it's all
good.
melted, stir it up, and you dip your Oreo truffle balls in it. And then,
I think raisins, they don't get enough play.
now for the eyes, I use mini chocolate
What
chips.
time are you gonna
And
want
after
to
you
go
dip
back?
them,
Raisins.
if for the eyes, I use mini chocolate chips. And
Well,
I,
give
for
me
the
a bit.
nose
Let
or
me
the
get
mouth,
this stuff
whatever,
loaded.
I used
Okay.
mini
I'm gonna
M&Ms.
I'll go ahead and take my bath.
And for the hats, I used mini Oreos. And I took those apart so they would go further because you can't get very many in a package. But I took them apart so they would go farther, and then I would just put, after I dip them,
It takes a long time.
you gotta very quickly put the, chocolate chip on, mini chocolate chips on there for the eyes, the M&M for the nose, and then one of the cookies for a hat. You gotta have everything, like right there ready. But they turn out really cute, as you can see. And they're really good, because the Oreo truffles are really good. But, right, just to show you guys what a box looks like.
I will.
At least
Because
what
Chloe
these
and I
look
do
like.
want to make some
I would
boxes
also
this
do
year.
the chocolate peanut butter
I am
buckeyes.
sending Andrew one.
And those are just a peanut butter truffle dipped in. I just use the melting chocolate.
I am sending Andrew one.
chocolate stuff.
And then
It
just
does
wait.
works really well.
If he's up here next
You can
year,
also
which he
use
could
dark
be,
chocolate chips or whatever.
if I make a
I used to
whole
make
list
like a
of
dark
things,
chocolate truffle
he's getting
with
one.
Yo, just tell
dark
him
chocolate
if you
cake
want
mix.
more, you come up here.
No, it's not.
That's just with frosting.
Like
to get
next
more.
Christmas.
Well, I know.
I don't know if I
If
would
you
do
want
those
more,
again.
come up here
Maybe it's
next
just gonna
year.
depend.
I
I
have
also
this
bought
thing
pretzels and
because he does not want to go
chocolate,
through the summer
dipped
town.
chocolate pretzels, and I would just put the
That's what I'm saying.
sprinkles on them and the
Yeah.
colored sugar. And I also did. This particular year, I had round pretzels that I did, and I did a whole bunch of different cake truffles.
I need to shave in the morning.
And I also did the white pretzels. I did, just dip the white pretzels in the vanilla. So those were vanilla dipped pretzels. And I've made a homemade peanut butter cup, and those turn out really good. Now that's a little bit more because you've got the peanut butter filling, and I would have to probably have Aaron send down all those recipes. I'd have to have him find them, or just try to look up different ones. Now for that, it took peanut butter, powdered sugar.
I think I'd still do one for Darlene.
Peanut butter, butter, powdered milk, and corn syrup for the filling.
I did see
And
Darlene
then I would
one day.
use melted chocolate chips.
She stopped out here to pick up some
For the,
pictures I'd found
Uh,
that I didn't
chocolate
want
marble.
because they were of Tim.
But I would make, different Christmas candies and give them away for gifts. But I'm going to be willing to do these boxes, there's probably going to be different stuff, obviously, because I'm going to find different recipes. But I would be willing next year to put together some Christmas boxes for people and sell them.
The thing is that the parachute is so.
You know what I like?
Now, I'm not going to go really expensive. I'd probably be willing to sell them for like $10, which is actually cheap, because something like that nowadays will probably cost you $35.
Scott, those are going to be here.
A lot of work goes into
Everybody's
it.
basically
It
getting
is
the
very
same gift box.
time-consuming, but again, that's why I said next year, and I'd be willing to do that. So just keep it in mind and maybe jot it down to keep in mind, and just let me know. And if you would like me to do something like that, I will need how many you need,
Go ahead.
All right.
when you need them by.
Oh, that stuff has to come out of the dryer, and the stuff that's in that
Your name,
little
your full
tub
name,
has to
first
go
and
in the
last name.
dryer.
and address.
It might have to be wrung out though, because it's been
Things to me.
sitting there for
Just let me know.
for a little
And let me know
bit.
what you guys think, and I will see you guys on the next video. Actually, I do.
Alright. So I didn't, that's not a normal thing I usually do, as you guys know. But, I am willing to do small gift boxes for sale this year. So, excuse me. Sorry. I just made out a list of people that I would give these boxes to for this year, and I've got 21 on my list. See, this is why I ended up needing to make double batches of things, because, like, family, half of these people are family. There's just a small portion that's friends. Probably just take them out there, because I'll have to take care of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
So well. If I was in a
12,
Switzerland and I saw them, I'd be like, wow, that is
13, 14, 15. 15 out of 21 people is technically family. 16.
So tahini, pretzel, and
No,
dark
technically
chocolate, and
18.
all the notes. It is so well
So it's more like, it's mostly family, and I always put 2 pieces of each thing in everybody's box,
so it gets that wet cracker.
which makes it to where,
This is beautiful.
I need to make sure I have enough of each thing. Like with the Oreo truffles, one batch only makes like 32 or 36 or something. So,
A white chocolate matcha ganache.
I see.
you figure the Oreo cookies,
Waves.
you're going to get
Very unique.
about 1 truffle
Holiday.
Okay.
And then
per cookie.
you're gonna give like a
So if you get 36 cookies in a package, that's 36 truffles.
Let's give it a taste whenever you're ready.
If you make them a little bit smaller, you might get 40.
They don't need to be frozen.
Okay. But yeah, if you make them a little bit smaller, you might get 40. But if you have 25 people, that means you need 50
Julian, I love my C.
of each thing.
I get cherry, I get white.
Which means you got to double batch some of the things. Now, the church windows, 1 batch, you get 2 logs of church windows. That big around. You make the slices about a half an inch thick. You can get roughly about 20 to 25 out of 1 batch.
The less matcha. Okay.
So 1 batch would be enough to do 25 people with none left over, basically. So I would end up doing 2 batches. Basically, we'd have extra. I always do that. Always. The Buckeyes, those last forever. I end up with about 80 some of the Buckeyes. The Oreo truffles, again, it would take a couple batches. So this is another reason why I don't want to do the snowman truffles this year. Because I would need, if I did the snowman truffles this year, I would need 4 packages of cookies. 2 batches per different truffle.
Absolutely.
2 batches for the regular Oreo truffles and 2 batches for the snowman ones. Then I would need the white candy melts, enough to dip all of those balls. And you guys saw how many I can get out of it. I mean, we're talking this table out here that was pretty much full of all of them. And I'd have to buy enough mini M&Ms. Usually it was just one package. I could get away with one big package of mini M&Ms. Now the mini Oreos, I ended up having to buy a couple packages of those. I mean, those aren't too expensive, but still. And then the mini chocolate chips, that's just, one package is enough. But, I mean, it's time consuming as well, So, I don't want to have to spend all of my time doing this, because we have to still get this house cleaned up, too. I mean, if I could take... if I had the money and, bought all the ingredients and could just take a couple days, or maybe 1 week, that was it, 1 week, do them all,
It's extremely rustic, of course.
get all the boxes put together, boom, done. But I've had it to where it's run right up to Christmas time. Especially with work schedules. Well, I mean, when I was doing them when the kids were younger, I mean, that was just their schedules in school and running a house and my parents. It was a lot of work, but I mean, I did enjoy it. I really did enjoy it. But I did find out that I can get the boxes I normally use at Dollar Tree, which is really cool because that's the only place that sells those boxes. Target's the only other place I found them, but I don't like Target and I never get there, so I don't really care, to be honest. And I don't want to order online. I don't like Target anyway. But I might actually do some this year. But again, I mean, right now I have 21 on my list. And I feel like there's people I forgot. Maybe that's just because of the fact that I used to give them out to so many people. But, I mean, I used to give them out to, people at church and... I don't know. I don't know. Debating. So right now, like I said, I have 21 on my list. And I would probably up it to 25. To where... I mean, I would have to make 2 batches of church windows and 2 batches of 2 batches of the Oreo truffles. The chocolate pretzels, it's not a big deal because 1 bag is sufficient for that. You just need enough melting chocolate and sprinkles. Again, I don't know about the chocolate peanut butter cups. I don't know. A cake truffle, maybe. I don't know. Again. I mean, I might do a red velvet one. I don't know. And the chocolate peppermint truffles, I would have to watch that video and see the ingredients in it. So. Anyway. So that's it for that. And again, they'd be available through the farm stand, and I'd keep them in the freezer. But I think what I'm going to do is use a freezer specifically for the Christmas stuff. Now, help-wise, for the property, Toby, he stopped out here today. And he wants to come out. He wants to help. He wants to do anything and everything he can to help. Even money-wise, he's willing to help pour money into the property. He is willing to even help with some kind of a modular home on the property to help. I still really want to do the shed cabin thing. And I might talk to him about that. He really wants a modular home. I really want the shed cabin. And we can only put so many structures on one property. So, yeah. I don't know. I gotta drink some water. I am just so tired tonight. But he is willing to, like I said, help get things fixed and built up and taken care of. And yeah, he wants to help with the farm and building things up. And so, I mean, that's cool. That's gonna give us some extra help. And he told me if I needed anything, just to give him a call. So I will do that. But I should probably get off from here because this video is like almost an hour and a half long. I did not plan on making it this long. I'm so tired, and it's supposed to be a business type video for Faith First Farm and Homestead, our farm stand, but I mean that's what it's been mostly, but I think here pretty soon the next business video I'm gonna do is gonna be on just the gift boxes. And I'm gonna really try to see if I can get the stuff for these gift boxes. Because I really want to be able to do a few and put them up for sale and see how it goes. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get off from here, and I'm going to get this uploaded, and I will see you guys on the next video, which will probably be tomorrow. Yeah, because Elaine's not coming out tomorrow. She might take us to do laundry Tuesday. I don't know what's going on. I know I have a lot to do. I've got to work in the kitchen tomorrow. I've got to... I'm going to have to spread myself out and try to get a lot more stuff done in this house. Toby's planning on coming out and helping out upstairs to get that area cleaned up. To help get that area cleaned up. So we can get more things done. But yeah, like I said, the next video will probably be tomorrow, and I will see you guys in the next video, and let me know, guys, please let me know if you want any of the gift boxes. I won't have a lot of extra for sale this year. I'm gonna shoot for 5 to maybe 10 extra for sale. And I will keep them in the freezer, okay? And yes, my kitchen is clean, you guys. So no worries on that. My kitchen is clean. An old house, but the kitchen is clean. Promise you the kitchen is clean. Anyway. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and get off from here, and the next business video that I do will be strictly the gift boxes. So, I will get off from here, and I will upload this, and I will see you guys in the next video, again, which will probably be tomorrow, and you guys have a good night. Remember to do your research. Check your subscriptions, you guys, and click on all to make sure you are subscribed, and hit the notification bell. Hit the notification bell and click on all. I am backwards tonight because I'm really tired. But I will see you guys in the next video. And you guys have a good night. Remember to do your research. Faith First Farm and Homestead is out. See you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.